Hey guys, welcome to Proto Point. So this is the 10th part of our tutorial on building a URL sorting application with Node.js at the back end, and in the front end we are going to make use of Flutter application. So in our previous part, that is the 9th part, we are done with the registration thing where the user was able to make use of Flutter application and register himself into our system. So in this part the user will be able to log in into our Flutter application by hitting backend API, that is login API. So let's get started. Okay, so here is my UI thing. So it has two fields, one is email and password, and there is a button so that a user can press on this button and log in into our application. So what I will do is just create a new page, that is the main page after a login screen. You can say it as a dashboard. So I will just name it as dashboard. Okay, so here let me import material.dart page, okay, dart class, and make use of stateful widget, and I'll just name this class as dashboard. Okay, so I'll just keep it empty for now. So now when the user hits on this login button, I need to make a call to my backend API. So in our previous tutorial I have created a API in our Node.js project, and user will be able to log in by making use of this API. So it accepts two parameters, one is email and password. So here what happens is it just checks the backend if the user exists in our database and our password matches with that or no. So if it matches, the user will be sent to the front end as a response. Okay, so this is the API that we are going to make use of. Okay, so now here I need to take the input of this text field from both of this email and password text field. So for this I need to attach a controller for that. So here I can just make use of text edit controller and name it as email text and text edit controller. Okay, and the same thing for password field, password text edit controller. Okay, so and let me attach this both controller to my text field. So here I have email field, so I will just attach a controller over here, and this password text field controller I will just attach to this text field, that is password text field. Okay, so now I have control with both of this text field. So when I press on this login button, I need to take the input that is entered in this text field and send it to a function when the button is being pressed. So login button over here. Yeah, so this is the button. So here what I will do, I will just create a function named login, and here I am going to pass two parameters to this function. One is email dot text and password dot text. Okay, so I am going to make use of this text edit controller to take the text of that text field, and I'm going to pass this parameter to this function. So let's create this function somewhere over here, void login, and here let me accept both of this, so email comma password. Okay, and I need to make this function as asynchronization because we are going to make hit our database. Okay, so now here I need to check if email is not empty. If it is empty, then I need to show a proper message to the user, password dot is empty. If both are not empty, then I can just call my API over here and make a call. So for now I can just show a sneaky bar, the user do not enter anything in the text field. So here get I can make. So in a previous tutorial I have shown you I have installed get package through which I am making internet calls, that is HTTP calls to my backend code. Okay, so I need to import this over here. Import main dot get dot dart. Yeah, so here I can just pass a message as please enter some data. So now if user has entered, I need to make a call to this API so that the user can get logged in into the application. Okay, so here yeah, so here I have just imported get package. So I need to make a get controller, get connect. So I have done in my previous tutorial, so you can see. Okay, so in get package there is a function called as a method called as getConnect, through which we can make internet calls. So by making use of this instance, I can make internet calls. Okay, so here final response is equal to await get dot post. Okay, so we need to pass a URL over here, and in body I need to pass my object, the data that we want to send it to our backend code. So we need to pass email and password over here, email and password. Okay, so the email will come from this parameter and password will come from this parameter. So here once we hit the button by entering the data, we are going to make a call to this URL. So we'll just take a URL from here. Okay, so as you know, my Node.js code is running on my local system, but I am making use of my mobile device, so I cannot make use of local host to communicate with my laptop. So I am going to make use of IP address of the system. So it is being connected to the same Wi-Fi. So the device is connected to the same Wi-Fi. Okay, so here in the login page, user login, I can just make use of this API, and I'm going to pass email and password. Okay, and then I get a response to this. So you can see over here. So here I am going to pass a status for success as true. So you can see status true means the data got inserted, means the user exists in the database, and I am getting the user data from the database, and I'm going to send the success as the user data. So complete object of the user will be sent. So suppose if this user is logged in into the application by making use of email and password, this whole data will be written as the response to this. Okay, and I'm going to just send this whole data to our Flutter application so that we can just store that particular user into a shared preference and keep the user logged in. Okay, so now let's go to our project. Yeah, so here response dot body of success status, if this is true, then the login was successful, else the login was not successful. So I can just show a message. So I can just show this message, this is user invalid, please try again. So here response dot body of success I can just show, and then if the user was login was successful, I need to redirect the user to dashboard page. So let me redirect the user by making use of navigator dot push on successful login dashboard page. So now I need to install this thing. So let me go to login page. Okay, so login has not been implemented in this registration page. So when I press on this login button, I need to navigate the user to login page. Okay, yeah, refresh. So now I will just make use of any of this ID. So sagar@gmail.com and password is 123. sagar@gmail.com and the password is 123. Okay, so now if I press on this login button, I need to get navigated to the dashboard page. So let's check. Yeah, so here in the dashboard page I have not implemented anything yet, so it is just showing a cross mark, that is the placeholder. Okay, so once the user gets successfully logged in into the application by entering his detail, I need to store that successful logged in user into my mobile device in the application itself. So for this we are going to make use of getX storage package to store that particular user data in our application itself. So let me show you how. So here in the logged in, so you can see our API sends a response of the user. So as I said in my previous tutorial, so once the user is been found in our database, in this parameter, that is this variable, we have all the data of that particular user, that is this data. Okay, so we have all this data over here. So I want to just store this object in my mobile device storage space. Okay, so for this in my previous tutorial I have already installed get storage package, so we can make use of this. So let me show you how. So first of all, we must import that package over here, get storage, and create an instance of that thing. So log final get storage is equal to get storage. So now I can just make use of this instance to store this particular user data in this storage. So here once it is successful, over here dot write, and here we need to give a specific key, that is I will just give as a user, and in this key what I am going to store. So I am going to store this user data, response dot body dot success. So you can see my backend sends user data in this success key. So now once the user get logged in, his data will be stored in this variable, in this get storage space. Okay. So now once our application launch, so means when the user reopens the app, I need to check if there is particular user's data in our get storage space or no. If it exists, I need to redirect the user directly to dashboard page, else I need to redirect the user to login page. So that can be done in the main.dart page over here. So over here, what I can do, I can just create a stateful widget and name it as my home page. Okay, I can just name it anything. Yeah. So over here, we need to check if the user data exists in get storage space or no. So for this we need to import get storage over here. Okay, so just do it, and here making use of this simple material, we need to make use of get material app. Okay, so we just import this thing. Yeah, so this got imported. Okay, so now here get page. Okay, yeah, we just keep it as it is. Okay, now I'll just remove this and I'll just create one more my home page. Okay, because I made a mistake over there. Okay, yeah, so just call this, and here let me make use of scaffold widget with body property, and at the center of our screen I will just show a circular progress bar. Okay, so if I refresh now, okay, so I need to stop it and restart. Yeah, so over here there is an error, sorry. Okay, so here I'm just showing a circular progress bar. So we need to check if get storage users data exists in our storage space or no. Yeah, so over here this one I need to check this. So for this in my home page init state, here I need to check. So for this I need to make use of final get storage. Okay, so the instance I have just created of this class. So now here get okay, so I will just write a function dot delayed duration seconds. I will just give 2 seconds. After 2 seconds this function will be called when our app launches. Okay, so here I'm just going to call another function check user data. Okay, so let me create this function somewhere over here, check user data. Okay, so here storage dot read, and our key is user dot toString dot is not empty, or get storage dot read, then it means that user data exists in our get storage space, else the user do not exist. Okay, means the user data user has never signed in into the application, he is the new user. Okay, so at that time I need to navigate that particular user to registration page or login page. Okay, so I can just make use of this thing and navigate him to either registration page or a login page. So I will just navigate the user to login page over here, and here if that particular data user data exists, I can just navigate the user to dashboard page. Okay, so just import this thing. Okay, so before checking this thing, so let me show you what exists in this get storage. Okay, so after 2 seconds I can just print it on my console, that is this data. Okay, so now let me restart my app, run it. Okay, so you can see it is showing null. Okay, so refresh again. Okay, so you can see. Okay, yeah, so there is some mistake over here. So what happens is in this data there is null. So it is directly redirecting the user to this page. So here I need to check if get storage dot read dot user is null, then I need to store some data like false or other thing. So I can just do it like this. So get storage dot read, sorry, write if null. So this is another function in get storage. So if this particular key is null, then we are going to store a false over there. Okay, so by doing this, if this user key do not exist in this get storage, we are going to store false over here. And here in this condition what happens is it is false, so it will be redirected to this login page. So let me show you now. So I'm just refreshing. Okay, 2 seconds. So I'm just calling this after 2 seconds. Okay, sorry, I just forgot one more thing. I need to initialize this get storage space. Okay, so before running our Flutter application for the first time, before initializing it, I need to activate this get storage space in my Flutter application. So this can be done over here in main.dart page before running our actual app. So I need to convert this function into a async and then make use of await key, and I need to initialize get storage dot init method. Okay, so this I need to do. I just forgot to do this, so that is because of that I was getting null over here in this parameter, and I was just navigating the user over here. So now if I stop this application and run this again, install it again, so let's check what happens. Okay, so the app is getting installed. Okay, so I have just printed the user data over here. So let's check what I get after 2 seconds. So you can see I'm getting it as false again, but I'm navigating the user to dashboard page. I don't know why. Yeah, so here login, then and then over here initialization is done. Instance has been created. If it is null, then add false over here. Yeah, so this is correct. And after 2 seconds I'm going to just call this function and going to check if this user exists. Okay, so I can just remove this and check what happens. Let me check. Yeah, so refresh again. Okay, I need to stop it. Yeah. Okay, so I think so for 2 seconds it is false. Yeah, so you can see it got redirected to uh, a login page. So I think so something I did mistake in this code. If it is not empty, okay, yeah, so here it is not empty, so it is false. So it was just converting this string, this false boolean into a string. So now it is not empty, so it was redirecting the user over here. So now I don't need of this, I just need is this thing. Okay, so now if I log in the user nagar@gmail.com, and I will just enter the password and log in, and the user will be in the dashboard page. So this is the placeholder over here. Okay, so now let me stop this application, open it again. Yeah, so this is the application. So now let's check if the user get redirected to dashboard page or no. Okay, so I think so it got disconnected and the latest code is not been installed in this application. So what I can do, I can just remove this thing, uninstall this, rerun the application again. Okay, so sagar@gmail.com 123 password, login. Okay, so I will just stop this application, post stop, open it again. It got disconnected. URL shortening. I want to just check this if this exists or no. For 2 seconds it is false. Okay, stop this application again and reinstall it. So let's check after reinstalling if I get directly to this page or no. 2 seconds, wait. Okay, so here you can see I'm getting this user data now, but I'm getting this some condition error. Okay, so it might be somewhere over here. So here string or toString. Okay, so now let me rerun this. Okay, so now you can see the user data exists and I got redirected to this page, direct to the dashboard page. Okay, so I need to fix this thing, so I will do this in next coming tutorials. So there is some mistake over here, so this will be solved or something. Okay, so that's all for this video tutorial. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe. Proto. Thank you.